Hi folks, my name is David Egan. I'm the co-owner of the Transit Smokehouse and Barbecue here in Edmonton's historic Transit Hotel. Originally built in 1908, sadly had to close its doors due to market conditions in 2017. We've undertaken this project to restore, redevelop, and reopen ultimately, starting with the restaurant and pub here, and ultimately down the road, hopefully to restore the entire building and reopen the hotel component as well. I'm here today to talk about some of our issues that we've ran into in our dealings with the city with regards to permit applications and our business license. Ultimately, it's taken about 9 months for us to do this when we originally slated for this to take about 3. So, as far as our business license goes, that took about 4 months of delays before we were issued it. And some folks might not know, you can't actually apply for any permits or anything like that until after that's approved. So, our next application was to redesignate the building because this was actually changed without the owner's consent. We were switched from a neighborhood, a restaurant hotel to a neighborhood pub. So we wanted to redesignate that to a restaurant, and we couldn't apply for any of our building permits until after that as well. So we had, after the 4-month delay to get our business license, we had about a 2-month delay to get our designation permit. And then we had to apply for a structural permit, and then right after that, an HVAC permit to install our smoker. And you can't really have a smokehouse without a smoker. So we're about 9 months later than from when we started, and we're 6 months past our initial deadline. We're finally. We're seeing the finish line right now. We're not there yet, but we're getting very close. And I'm really happy that Mike has been able to join me here to talk a little bit about some of the changes that he wants to make to the permitting process here in the city.
Hello, everyone. And David, thank you very, very much for your story. Sadly to say, in the city of Edmonton, I've heard it so many times, not just hundreds, but thousands of times a year. Businesses get unnecessary delays, 7, 8, 9 months to get their permits to simply open their businesses. It's unnecessary, and let's be honest, it's having a real impact on jobs and economy in this city, and that's what we need to be focusing on, the real economy and real jobs. Now, I've already released a plan to reduce taxes by 3.5% for all businesses and families too, by reducing excess middle management and tackling our capital spending programs. But there is more to come. I've said this before, and I'll continue saying this throughout the campaign. I am sick and tired of special interest groups gaming our system. For small and medium-sized businesses to flourish in this city, we need a level playing field. No more special deals for special friends. I'll say it over and over again. Late last year, you might recall, I tried to push forward a 2% tax cut for every business and family in this city. And maybe you don't know what happened. City Council said no. And a few months later, they approved a special $24 million grant for downtown mega developers. And like I said, how is this fair? No more special deals for special friends. Well, it's got to stop. So as mayor, it would be my top priority to restore Edmonton as Canada's economic engine. Business will come here because of our intelligent, well-educated, and first-class workforce. They will stay here because we will become that competitive tax jurisdiction. The one thing about Edmonton that I've always liked is we've had this blue-collar way of doing things. We just roll up our sleeves and we fix the problem. I feel we have lost that. We've lost the touch under this administration and previous administrations. So it's time to bring that back. Time to bring that can-do back to Edmonton. We have to start with a yes and then move from there. So today, I'm going to announce the first of many what I believe are pro-business plans to design to get our city moving forward. I'm calling this part of my plan launch permits. So you've heard Dave, as mentioned that he had way too many roadblocks to getting his business open. So how do we get to yes for business? Well, first, let's see what we want to do. It's rooted in 3 parts. The first one is customer service, the second part is clear guidelines, and the third is clear permit timelines. So first, let's talk about customer service. I believe our frontline workers have the necessary experience and work ethic to meet the goals. The first thing we need to focus on is clear communication. You should not have to wait weeks to hear a response for a general inquiry about a permit. That's insane. In the business world, most responses come within 1 to 2 business days. With complex concerns, well, 2 to 5 business days. We also need to see the practice of transferring a permit back and forth. That has to come to an end. This is why part of the improved customer service when a permit application is open, the case officer will see the permit through all the way to the end, with the goal of getting that business to yes as quickly as possible. Next, clear guidelines. I keep hearing about moving goalposts, a fragmented process during a permit application. Sounds like this. Do another impact study. You should get another set of engineering plans. Here's another 10 things you should do that we didn't tell you about up front. Well, let's fix that. Moving forward, every permit will follow a clear permit guideline process that will be used by the case officer and the business in the form of a simple checklist. Both parties will follow the checklist to completion. The checklist contains the total work required. No more surprises for business, no more surprises for the case officers, no more, well, we'll tell you you need this, but you need now something else later on. Need to know the answers up front, and that's for both parties. Now let's close up by talking about the best part, clear permit timelines. Looking at other jurisdictions, we are way behind in permitting timelines. So let's foster a new way of doing business in Edmonton by ensuring timelines are guaranteed by the city. So for homeowners and residential permits, for complete applications, clear permit guidelines will be given to homeowners within 7 business days. With a submitted checklist, inspections and approvals must be completed by the city in no more than 21 business days. For residential developer permits, a clear permit guideline will be given to the developer within 21 business days. With a submitted checklist, inspections and approvals must be completed by the city with no more than 50 business days. For commercial and industrial permits, clear permit guidelines will be given to businesses within 21 business days. With a submitted checklist, inspections and approvals must be completed by the city no more than 50 business days. And for developers, permits for subdivisions and so on, clear permit guidelines must be given to the developer within 60 business days. With a submitted checklist, inspections and approvals must be completed by the city no more than 120 business days. And there you go. I've always said you can fix the result and let the process vary, or fix the process and let the results vary. Here, we're fixing the result. We're fixing the outcome. So businesses and residents have certainty. Clear, actionable solutions to ramp up business in the city. Let's get Edmonton open, and let's get business moving forward in the city again. And so, as we are in Ward 4 Denis, I'd like to introduce my good friend Tricia, who's running for council.
Well, thank you, David and Mike, for inviting me here to join you for this announcement. I'm really excited to see this coming forward, and I'm also very excited to be here right in the Denis Ward, formerly Ward 4, and at the Transit Hotel, a really historic building that it's really great to see the work that's been done here. And I had the chance to walk through with David a bit and see some of the things they've been doing. So at the same time, I'm also sorry to be here because for people like David and his business partners, this is getting in the way. These delays are getting in the way of them realizing their dreams and are getting in the way of the good work being done here to revitalize this historic building. I remember reading posts on social media suggesting that an opening was coming soon, and unfortunately that kept being pushed back because of delays at the city that were, again, getting in the way. So I appreciate also, David, I appreciate you reaching out to me to share your concerns about the hurdles you're facing and the processes that are just frankly taking far too long. So that's why I'm happy to hear this policy from Mr. Nickel to address these timelines, to address this red tape, and make sure that we are doing everything we can to encourage business growth and development in our city. We should be encouraging Edmontonians like David to start a business, to move forward, to create jobs, to hire people. And this is a simple, common sense policy that will help these businesses open, grow, and flourish. I've also had the opportunity to talk to some others who have complained about 5 weeks simply to review an application. And then at that point, you might still need to submit more documents, which puts you further back in line. Small business is important, but perhaps never more so than now, as we hoped that we are pushing out finally from this pandemic. And so this red tape is really slowing down investment at a time that we really cannot afford to slow down investments. And we're making it more difficult for entrepreneurs to succeed. And furthermore, it's putting those entrepreneurs' hard-earned investment dollars and time at risk. Quite frankly, that's unacceptable. So thank you, Mike, again, for putting forward this common sense policy. I also really like what you said about let's say yes. Let's find a way to say yes. And I think that's super important as well. So thank you again for inviting me. Thank you for hosting this in the Dene Ward at the Transit Hotel. I'm really looking forward to eating here soon. Takeout if that needs to be. And I hope to see many more people doing the same. Thank you.
I'm gonna chase it.